Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad you all could be with us. Also, just tuning in through our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. Glad you all could be with us as well. Well, especially over the past 2 years, we've really looked to online shopping to be able to help us to be able to stay safe, but also to be able to find some great deals as well. Buying medication online may seem cost-effective and easy, but unfortunately, it also is an opening then for criminals to be able to sell fake, substandard, and even counterfeit prescription medication online, and it can be something that puts us all at risk. Here to talk to us about the importance of not only staying safe, but also the dangers that can be associated with these counterfeit prescription pills, we're excited to welcome Carolyn Juran to our program, as well as Ed Ternan. We're going to talk to them not only about the work that they've been able to do in keeping people educated, but also informed as well. Thanks to the two of you for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Carolyn, I know that you're joining us, of course, from a very important organization, that is the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy. And I want to talk to you first. I mean, what are the dangers of these rogue online pharmacies and the counterfeit medications that we can hear about?
Sure. It's an expensive problem. We have numerous websites online that are advertising prescription medications, and most of these sites are not safe pharmacies. They are illegitimate rogue outlets purporting to be a safe pharmacy. The National Association Boards of Pharmacies reviewed over 25,000 websites and found that over 95% of them operate illegally. Most don't require a valid prescription, and frequently they are selling counterfeit drugs that can contain very dangerous substances such as fentanyl that can result in patient harm and even patient death.
I mentioned some of the factors that can sometimes play, Carolyn, into people looking, of course, at these online options. But, I mean, why have you found that these online pharmacies in particular have been so appealing to consumers?
I think with the high cost of prescription drugs, we understand why people are looking for a cheaper alternative. And many of these websites advertise cheap prescription drugs. People believe they're getting the same thing that they would get from a legitimate pharmacy. But, again, that is not the case. These websites can look very professional. They can claim to be a Canadian pharmacy, which tends to make people believe that this is a safe pharmacy from which they can purchase medication. And again, that's not the case. I think as our country talks about expanding allowances to be able to import prescription drugs from true Canadian pharmacies, we need to be very, very careful that that does not increase the opportunity for this criminal activity online.
Such a great thing. And Ed, this is something that's very personal for your family and you. If you don't mind, talk to us a little bit about what happened with your son, Charlie.
Well, Charlie went on social media back in May of 2020 to get a Percocet for his chronically bad back that was bothering him that day. But what he got instead was a realistic counterfeit pill made of fentanyl. And there was so much fentanyl in it that the doctors say they think Charlie probably died within 15 minutes of taking the pill.
And this, as I mentioned, of course, it has become something that you've been sharing with people, Ed, and we appreciate you being on our program to talk to us about it. What message are you hoping to send to our audience by sharing your son's story?
Well, there are two, really. First, these counterfeit prescription pills have flooded the online space. They're everywhere. And second, in this day and age with synthetics like fentanyl, one pill can kill, and young people are dying all across the country thinking they're taking something that's familiar and safe when, in fact, they're taking a counterfeit made with a deadly poison.
And this is why this is so important. So, Carolyn, to go back to you then, how can we be sure an online pharmacy is legitimate and that the medication that we're taking is something that is safe?
You should visit the website safe.pharmacy, which was created by the National Association Boards of Pharmacy. If there is an online source that you are considering ordering your prescription drugs from, you can type in the name of that on that website, safe.pharmacy, and it will tell you if this is a recommended or a not recommended site. There's also additional educational tools to assist the public with trying to identify a legitimate pharmacy from an illegitimate pharmacy.
And Ed, last question to you. Do you have any advice for our audience when it comes to purchasing medication online?
You really need to make sure that your medications come from a legitimate source. As I said, these counterfeits are everywhere these days. Our website, songforcharlie.org, is directed specifically at our youth to warn them about the prevalence of these counterfeit medications and the importance of only taking a pill that comes from your prescriber.
Such important information. Again, everyone, Carolyn Juran has been our guest, talking with us about the importance of this, and also Ed Ternan sharing his powerful story. Thanks to the two of you for the time. Again, safe.pharmacy is that website that you heard Carolyn mention. We're going to link that up for you guys joining us online. Really appreciate you all stopping by, and looking forward to having you back on the program again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.